Meanwhile, but Ursula is engaged with the stealthy Zoog. Ursula is... oh, get it right in a minute. 2 movement away. So what I could do is use track shoes. To see if I can move to her location. So 1 to play with Ursula, 2 to move, potentially 2 to move again, and then 3 I might be able to kill one of the Zoogs. Okay, this seems like a plan. I don't know if it's a smart plan or not, but let's go for it. So, because this Yor of Igroth is commit cards to seal cards. I'm not committing a card for steel card, I'm playing this for its effect. Oh no, it is a skill card. Oh, drat. Right. And draw resource or play is investigate. What I could do is move. Do I want to move? Yes, I guess I do, because the shroud's too high. So my first action is to move. Now the Zoog comes with me. The first Zoog attacks. The dog gets bitten. The first Zoog goes to there and ooh, didn't think about that. I've still got another one left. Okay, well. And the Zoog is going to scurry away to here, along with its remaining companion. So that was my first move. I could move back and engage it, because that's now exhausted. Okay, so I have defeated a Zoog, so let's search my deck, see if I've got any assets. I don't think I have. No, I don't have any assets. I could go back. So that was first, wasn't it? Move back, it's a second move. Engage it as a third. No. It's first move. Now then. After you move but before exhaust track shoes, test 3. If you succeed, move to a location. Well, I can't commit any cards because of my law of Igiroth. So I have 3 plus 1 for the track shoes is 4. 4 versus 3. And the chaos bag says auto fail. For those who saw it very briefly. Well, if I'm going to auto fail, I suppose it's on that one. So that was for my first action. My second action is to come over to the Enchanted Woods. And these Zoogs have a fight of 1. So let us see if we can reduce them down by 1. So I have attack of 4. They have 1. I can't commit any cards, so I'm not going to commit drawing thin, tempting as it is. And the chaos bag says cultist. The cultist is -X, which is number of revealed enchanted wood locations. So that's a -3 at the moment. 1, 2, 3, because this is an enchanted path, not enchanted woods. So that is a success. So that Zug is down to 1 card. 1. 11 cards left. Getting through these cards pretty quick. So that's the end of William's turn. 2 moves and a fight. It's now Ursula's turn. So I think Ursula, who only has a fight of 1, could do with some assistance, but again, William is very constrained by the fact he doesn't have any 2 icon cards. And Ursula can't even use her fieldwork. Evens is not good odds. It's alert, so it's not retaliate, but it does bite you if you fail to evade. However, I've got quite a good evade, so how about I try and evade it? Because then William can deal with it next turn. Yes, so first action is going to be evaded. So she has a 4. I think a manual dexterity is in order here. Takes it up to 6. So 6 versus 3. Gasbag says -1, so that's now evaded. Okay, so that's the first action. And she gets to draw a card. Which is Jake Williams. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Jake, I have got Dr. Milan here, so really not that interested in you coming into play. So that was her first action. The second action is to move to the Enchanted Path. Now then, this Zug would engage his hunter. And he untaps this turn, so I think we're going to have Ursula go to a different location. So we're going to have... The problem is, some of these locations can be pretty nasty. And her arrival with only 1 action left could be pretty painful. I mean, we've got a little bit of soak, but still. So first action was evade, second action is move, third action is going to be move. And we'll take our chances. And it is a fungal forest. When your turn begins, if you're at this location, take 1 damage and lose 1 action. Okay. Well, I've got 2 clues on this, and Ursula can use her fieldwork. That gives her 2. Dr. Man Christopher 3. That's a 7. That is a 7. 7 versus 5. Don't really want to get rid of hyper awareness, so 7 versus 5. The Gasbag says auto fail. Well, I'm glad I didn't commit any cards to that then. And that's the end of Ursula's turn. So monsters, they can't attack because it's tapped, so it untaps and engages William. And this one untaps at the end of its turn as well. But it doesn't hunt because it doesn't move because it was tapped. Okay, we gain the resource and draw a card. I'd like this to be 2 icons, please. No. And I have to check now. I think that counts as a 2 icon card. And Ursula gets, well, she's lost both her weaknesses, so that's not so bad. Play if you have at least 1 clue. Either heals 2 horror or discards a terror. Oh, that's going to be useful. That is going to be very useful. Okay, heading back up, end of the round. Doom goes up by 1. And we draw bad stuff cards. So the encounter card for William is another Yorick. You cannot play cards that have an odd number of words in their title. Okay, well, that's interesting. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could get rid of Bury Them Deep, but I want to keep that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So we're going to get rid of Discord first, and then we'll get rid of Pandemonium. That could have been worse, I suppose. Oops, forgot to untap. And then Ursula gets another Yorick. Chaos. So what's this one do? You cannot play cards with trigger abilities or play cards with an odd printed resource cost. So Milan Christopher is currently out of the way. But I can discard a play card with an even resource cost, so that should be pretty easy. Yeah, done and done. Cost me an action. Still, an action is an action. So, through to our turn. Right. First things first. Discard a card with an even number of skill icons from your hand. If I do that, the Zoog attacks. So the question is do I kill the Zoog and then move, or do I auto kill it? Well, of course I auto kill it by moving, and then get the guard door back with some resources. Okay, so I'm going to move from the Enchanted Woods to the Enchanted Path. The Zoog attacks, doing 1 point of damage to my dog. The dog deals 1 damage back, killing the Zoog. And I can play this. Ah, good. I can play this. It's not as a skill card, so I'm going to bury this one deep. So that goes to the victory display. And so does the stealthy Zoog. I'd have rather done that. With one of the other type of Zoogs, but I'll take it. The dog dies, but then I can immediately, as my reaction for defeating an enemy, after defeating an enemy, play an asset from your discard pile, paying its resource loss. So that's 1, 2, 3, and the dog's out again. And that was my first move. Now, because of my track shoes, I can exhaust track shoes, and if I succeed, move to location. So, test 3, my speed is 3. -3. Okay, I failed. So that's my first move. My second move is to here, where the inconspicuous Zoog. I really wish I could have put. No, this is inconspicuous Zoog. So that's second go. My third go is going to be to belt the inconspicuous Zoog. So here's a 5-2, I have 5-4. I think that's the case. I think I'll just go 4 versus 2. Oh, it says draw resource of play. Play an asset, so that costs me an action because of the prismatic phenomenon. That's okay, it'll bite my dog next turn. So that was the extra action. I moved, and then because that allowed me to play an asset, I lost an action from prismatic phenomenon. Drat. Okay, so that's his life. Okay, so Ursula, who is as Yorick. Right, I've got to discard a play card with even printed cost, so I'm going to discard. Fieldwork gives me +4. I've already got fieldwork. What's logical reasoning do? Logical reasoning heals 2 higher, so I'm going to discard fieldwork, which means I can get rid of that. So that's my first action. First action down. For my second action, I'm going to. Oh, hang on, I forgot about this. Venom token. No, it was a -4, and it's only on a symbol token. So, my first action was to get rid of the card. I'm wondering whether I get out hyper awareness actually, because I'm not going to be able to. Get both clues. Well, I could get both clues this turn and play hyper awareness next turn, but I'm still going to be on this site, and you never know when you might need the hyper awareness out. So I'm going to spend 2 resources to get out the hyper awareness, and then for my third action, I'm going to investigate at 4, 5 versus 5. I could spend 2 resources to make that 7, or I could discard Jake. I think I'm going to discard Jake. Reason being that I want to have fewest cards as possible for that other location. So 7 -1, so I've gained a clue. And that's the end of her turn. So untap everything. It's untapped. It's untapped. Draw a card. Ooh, that could be quite useful. Draw a card. No. We still have a flashlight. Well, a flashlight might be useful for the location. Gain a resource. Gain a resource. Oh, hang on, I forgot about the enemy phase. The Zoog attacks. The dog takes a point of damage. That goes back under Ursula's deck. Let me just check to see whether it was. So the Zoog runs away again. Back to the Enchanted Path. So I can get rid of that. I can play that as a resource because this just stops me playing skill cards. Odd number of words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's got even number of words. That's alright then. Okay, so one more Doom on the agenda. It's beginning to get a little closer now. Bad stuff happens. William gets a stealthy Zoog. No! Swarming one. Actually, it's not so bad. And Deepest Slumber. Maximum hand size is reduced by 3 and it's checked after each time you draw one card. So 8 minus 3, well yeah, we're fine for that. So that's not an issue at present. So that again could have been far worse. So let's see, William's going to get rid of these 2 Zoogs first. So I'm going to play a flashlight. Oh no, I'm not. Because I need the 3 resources because the guard dog's about to die. So he's alert and swarming. Let's have a think about this. I could deliberately fail a test by using Drawing Thin. Now I'm going to play for. I can't play the flashlight though, I don't have enough resources. Let's see, I could draw a card, it then kills it, brings them out. Oh, this is a tricky one, this. So, I can't play either of these cards at the moment because of these. Now I could discard flashlight, but I need flashlight to get rid of the prismatic, so let me think. If I do that, bring out prismatic, no, I fight the Zoog and add 2 to it, gives me 2 resources. I then put the damage on the dog. No, I don't put the damage on the dog. So how do I get rid of prismatic? I have to. It costs me 1 additional action to play it as well. Sooner or later I'm going to kill another creature, so the guard dog isn't as bad as it might be. Oh, the stealthy Zoog is sanity, not. So yes, so yes, hitting it seems to be the main thing. Okay, so it's a fight of 1. I am a fight of 4. So let's go for that. Skull. And the skull is minus X, half the number of cards rounded up. It's minus 3. I'm a 4, it's a 1, so yes. That's killed. And I may, if I choose, there's no resources in there. Right, okay, so that was 1. So for my second attack, it's 4 versus 1. Oh, hang on, put that count back. 4 versus 1. Yes, let's go for that. Or do I? Actually, yes, I can get my flashlight out for my next 2 actions. Zoog would attack. Dardog kills it, but is killed by it. Damn. Let's kill it. Let's kill the Zoog. So for my second action, I get -2, so that kills the stealthy Zoog. And then my third action, oh damn it, can't do that because it costs me additional action. But I can get rid of Lucky to get rid of your... So that's what we will do. So that's all his 3 actions done. Over to Ursula. So Ursula has hand size restrictions. Okay, so oh, I forgot to do the token again. And she got a skull this time, which means she takes 1 damage and loses an action. She's taking up the damage. Okay, well I think first things first, I think we need to discover these clues. Oh, this one clue. So, we have the inconspicuous, which is tapped. Is it tapped or is it not tapped? No, it's not tapped because I haven't. Oh, does it hunt? Test 1, 2, don't know. So he's going to come and see William, who will have enough resources to get his dog out again if he needs to. Right. So first action is clues. She has a 5, 6. So I'm going to spend 1 resource to make that 7, another resource to make that 8. 3 up. Tablet. I've got a feeling 3 up is exactly what I needed. Hang on. -2. Okay, no, that was fine. So Ursula successfully gains that clue. So that clue is now gone. There we go. So that was her first action. oh, and Milan, Christopher will gain a resource for that. That's a curse. It's a power. There's a treachery card. What's this? Terror. Okay. So I could then move 1 and I can't move 1 and 2 because then I run into the inconspicuous zoo, which has a 5/2. So I'm going to play Tooth of Exley, I think. Make the slot. Got 3 resources. And obviously we can cost an extra resource, so actually no. We'll spend 2 actions to get rid of deep. No, I don't need to get rid of Deeper Slumber at the moment. I think Tooth of Exley is a better thing. So 1, 2, 3. And then she has 1 action left. I want that to go to him, but I also want her to leave that area. I think she'll draw a card. Here's dexterity, okay. Monster phase. Oh, I still have this stealthy Zoog that's been around for a while. This inconspicuous Zoog, Ill Hunt. Comes down to William. It'll bite his dog. Doing 1 horror to William. Oh dear, I didn't think about that actually. Okay. And then the dog kills it. Actually no. I'll do 1 horror to Mr. Porterson, which kills Mr. Porterson. But then when the dog bites the Zoog to kill it, gets Mr. Porterson back. Ah, result. That's the end of the monsters phase. Upkeep. Untap everything. Draw a card. Enchanted Blade. And gain a resource. Draw a card. Gain a resource. Okay, these turns are going through rather quickly and I'm not getting very many clues. William gains a furtive Zoog. Swarming 1. Okay, and Ursula gains Somniphobia. Test willpower 5. I'm glad we got Tooth of Exley out then. For each point you take 1 horror. Well, that's a terror. And I can discard a terror card from my threat area. So I can just discard that and tell it basically bugger off for 2 resources. That sounds like a good bet. So, F off. Right, so our phase. Well, first things first, William. Let's give William all his actions back. And give Ursula all hers back. William wants to kill this Zoog, I think. Problem is, he can't. It costs him an extra action. Even number of icons. No, that's an odd number of icons. Odd number of words. Even number of words in its title. Flashlight. Resourceful is a great card. Enchanted Blade is very useful. So, in that case, bit of Zoog. I don't quite have enough resources to do everything I want to do. Well, resourceful has 10 words in it, so does flashlight, but I want flashlight so I can investigate this location. So I'm going to get rid of, for my first action, I'm going to get rid of resourceful so I can get rid of the Law of Igoroth. Or do I? Because I'm not actually committing any skills to test at the moment. And if I do, it's got an even number of words in the title. So I think getting an Enchanted Blade out would be a good idea, but it's going to cost me damage if I do. So I could do a search, fail it, gain a resource. Okay. Still means I take a point of damage, which I'm not keen on. But there you go. That would be one action to kill both Zoogs. Can't really see a quicker way of doing that. If I get out the flashlight, it costs me 2 actions. Okay. So I'm going to investigate. My investigate is 2. Current shroud is 4, I believe. Yes, 4. So I'm going to make it 6. Still. No, let's make it 6. Both 6. So yeah, I failed. Means I gain 2 resources. The first Zoog attacks, killing my guard dog, which kills it in return. I then spend 3 resources to get the guard dog back. The second Zoog attacks the guard dog bites it, the Zoog dies. Do I have any more? No, I don't. So that was my second action and my third because of prismatic phenomena. Okay, that's William's turn over and done with. Now Ursula's turn, finally. First action. Second action, she can now search. She has 2 cards in her hand, so it's difficulty 3. She has 4, 5, 7 versus 3. Auto fail! It's the third auto fail she's had. Okay, 5 versus 3. I'll make it 6 versus 3 by spending a resource on hyper awareness. 6 versus 3. Another auto fail. So that's 4 auto fails. Oh! And that's the end of our turns. So reset. That really sucks. Reset. Gain a resource and draw a card. Another flashlight. Gain a resource. Ursula gains Call of the Unknown. Again. Okay. Well, such is life. That turn really sucked. Add one to the Doom agenda. I'm running out of time here. I need to get 4 more clues. This prismatic phenomenon has really been a pain. Deeper slumber. Maximum hand size is reduced by 3. So that's 5. Checked after each time you draw 1 or more cards, so that's going to be pretty bad soon. And then Ursula gains Dreamer's Curse. Test willpower 5. For each point you fail by, take a point of damage. Well, it gets +1. Let's have a look. So she has a willpower 3. 4 for Tooth of Exley. 5, 6 for Guts. So that's 6 versus. That doubles, so that's 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I only fail on auto fail. 0, that's fine. And I draw a card, which is really what I was after. Also, we succeeded while reserving the ability on a treachery card. Was that a treachery card? Yes, it was. So I can exhaust 2 threats, lead to draw a card. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, do I mind if I do? Ooh. If I draw a card, it increases the difficulty of my tests by 1. I don't have any resources. Oh, I don't have any resources at the moment. So no, I'm not going to draw a card. I'll just keep inquiring mind. So that's the end of the villain phase. So it's now my turn, and I think we're going to try to get rid of William's prismatic. What's it? So 2 actions to get out. To play his flashlight, and then for his 3rd action he can investigate by spending 1 of his flashlight tokens. It's -2. He has 2 in his hand, so its application 4 goes down to 2. You cannot play words with odd number words in the title. Well, actually flashlight is even, so that's 4 to 4, so 4 to 2. He's got 4, it has 4, -2 is 2. I think I'm going to discard the flashlight, the extra flashlight, to give him 5 to 2. -1, so he finally gets rid of the prismatic phenomenon and he gains a clue. That was all 3 of his actions. Ursula. Well, we want to gain this clue here. So this clue here. So it's 2. plus 1 is 3. Difficulty 3. I have 4, 5. No resources. 5 to 3. Okay, that sounds reasonable odds. And minus, I think that's a minus 2. So look, minus 2. So Ursula successfully gains the other clue, and so that was her first action. Second action is to move to the path. Now then, you have 8 clues out of the 10 we need. Yeah, I need to move, so I'm going to, it doesn't matter which one of these ones it would have been that I'd have designated, so I'm going to designate this one, move to here. I shall, so after you enter this location you must either take 2 horror or lose all your remaining actions. I have no remaining actions. So I investigated, moved and moved, but I can't even take an investigate action. So that does mean I take 2 horror. Well, I take 2 horror. Shuffle it back into the deck. I wasn't able to. That's coming back out very shortly. That's not so good. Good news is I can investigate that. So end of the turn, there's no monsters out, so reset everything. Draw a card. Another enchanted blade for William. And unearth the ancients for Ursula. She can get out an asset, but she doesn't have any assets in her hand at the moment. Okay, add one to the Doom track. 15. Encounter cards. William draws the Crawling Mist. Ooh, that's really quite nasty. That really is quite nasty. William's hand is only 4 at the moment, so that's fine. And Ursula draws Obscuring Foe, gives it +2 Shroud. Not what we needed. So that's now a 5 Shroud location. Not the worst thing in the world, but still. Okay, so we need 2 more clues. Oh, it's going to need Enchanted Blade, I think. How much damage does it do? 1 horror, 1 damage. Alright, let's try and get Ursula's clues first. So she's currently at 3 plus 1 is, sorry, currently at 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 versus 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a clue at my location. I have some clues, so I'm going to have Inquiring Mind. So that puts me 3 up. I'm going to cast Unearth the Ancients because I don't have any relics. That puts me 5 up. Castbag says -1. Excellent. So that is a clue. And then for my second action, oops, so that was my first action. So for my second action, I'm going to do another search. 4, 5. Oh, I gained did I successfully investigate? Yes, I gained a resource from Milan. So 4, 5. I think I'll spend that resource to give myself 6. The location is... oh, hang on, this gets discarded. So this location is difficulty 3. I have 4, 5, 6. 6 versus 3. And the cast bag says -1, so that's the 9th clue. So that was 2 actions. Right, so what do I need to do? So I now have all 10 clues. I have to be at the path to spend the clues. So my 3rd action is to move to the path. So both of these are gone. Now, interesting question. I can probably gain another 2 victory points if I were to clear out this last location. But do I want to? Given William is about to take one heck of a beating. You could try and evade it. 3 versus 3. This is a hunter. Yes, and it's massive. 1 second, what does massive do? What does massive do? What does massive do? Ooh, I'm going to have to pause the recording for a minute so while I work out what massive does. 1 second. Okay, and we're back. So, massive doesn't move with me. Massive does not move with me if I invade it, but evasion is increased by 1 for each card in my hand with encounter back, so that's +1. So it's difficulty 4 to evade. I do have a resourceful, which I can play. And I do have track shoes as well, of course. So 3, 4, 5 versus 4 isn't the best. It's better than nothing. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to evade, aren't we? And I'll have to, if I take attack of opportunity, I'll take an opportunity. Well, I could take an attack of opportunity to leave it behind. I could try and kill it for the experience points. So it's got 5. 5. Take 5 damage. Well, it'll take 1 damage from the dog when it attacks me, and I put the damage on the dog. If I put out Enchanted Blade, I can then spend 2 actions killing it. +2, so that would be 4, 5, 6. Maybe get up to 7. gets a 6. 4, 5, 6. So I can actually kill this for an experience point. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. So, oh, I haven't got enough resources. Oh, damn it. Damn it. If I gain a resource, so let's suppose I gain a resource, then it attacks me. Where are we? So it attacks me. That's my first action. Second action, it attacks me again. Third action, I hit it, and it attacks me again. So that's 3 attacks I'd have to take. That would kill Mr. Porterson and put my health up to 4. That would kill my dog. 3 attacks. Kill my dog and put 1 damage on me. Well, like I said, I'm going to go for this. But before I do, I'm going to save my game because it's been a while since I've saved it. There we go. So, okay, so I gain a resource. It attacks me. The dog gains a point of damage. Mr. Porterson takes a point of sanity. The dog bites the thing back for a point of damage. I play out my Enchanted Blade, which gets rid of the magnifying glass. I'm not likely to need to search anymore. It attacks again, doing a point of damage to the dog, which bites it back. The dog dies. Mr. Porterson takes a point of sanity. He also goes back. So that's my second action. My third action is to attack it using Enchanted Blade. I'll do that, yes, because it has an even number to. So I'm powering it up. I get plus. I'm empowering it, so that means I get +2 attack and 2 damage. And given the circumstances, I think a resourceful is in order. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 versus 4. It's 3. It's 3 plus the 1 card with the encounter deck. So that's 7. Minus 2, so that's another 2 points of damage. Resourceful, and I'm allowed to take any card not named resourceful. Well, I think a lucky is probably going to be in order. There we go. So I'll take a lucky into my hand. hang on, you cannot play cards. Right. I can't play cards with even. Drat. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look again. I can't take that. It has to be a red card. So we've got resourceful. Take heart. Has an odd number. To desperation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So act of desperation has 16 letters in it. So I think we'll take acts of desperation then. Okay, so that's that. So that's his actions for the turn. Ursula's gone. Monster actions. Well, the crawling mist attacks for 1 damage and 1 sanity. 6 and 4. We then draw a card and gain a resource. Due to deeper slumber, I can only have 5 cards in my hand. I got look what I found. Gain a resource. Ursula gains. I've got a plan and gains a resource. Okay, so add 1 to the turn counter. 15. Bad stuff. Yorick gains. Dreamlands eclipse. Investigation is either +2 shroud or take 1 higher. Okay. Well, goes up here. And Ursula gains obscuring fog, which is fine because where she currently is, we're not going to investigate. So that is a terrific piece of news. Yes. Okay. So first things first, let's have William killing this damn thing. So 4, 5, 6. Six versus 4. Get to 7 versus 4. I think 7 versus 4 is a good idea, so I'm going to pitch that. 7 versus 4. Tablet is a -2, I believe. Yes, it's -2. So I have killed the crawling mist. Frankly, I am happy with that. And that goes into our display. Yes, our display. So that's 1 action. I have, and because, let's get rid of these, I can play a card from here. So I'm going to get our guard dog out again. Why you out of the guard dog? Because I'm not sure what we're going to find next. So that was the first action. Second action is to go here. Third action is to go here. Spawn the set aside labouring gug at this location. Oh no. Greed might be the end of us. Set aside labouring gug would be in here. It's another victory point though. So Ursula's got a plan which does +3 damage. So I could come in, electrocute the darn thing, doing 4 damage. It would then do 3 physical damage. Can we take 3 physical damage? No, we can't. We cannot take 3 physical damage. Can Ursula take 3 physical damage? No, she can't either. Well, she can if she sacrifices Dr. Milan Christopher. Okay, well, first things first. Let's have a look. Can we... now we need all the investigators. So, have I just snatched defeat from the jaws of victory here, we wonder? Okay, so she moves there, so she gets a free investigate, so we might as well see if the investigate works. Yes, it does. So she gains an extra clue and an extra resource. She engages the Gug for a second action. And then for the third action she's going to evade it. So she, with her manual dexterity. So that's 2, that's a 6. 6 versus 2. 6 versus 2, Chaos Bag says. Tablet which is -2. So the labouring Gug is evaded. Let's go. Okay, draw a card. Gain resource. That was discarded. Draw a card. Gain resource. Add one to the Doom track. Okay, Gug untaps. Okay, and I'm going to have him engage with Ursula. Okay. So, bad stuff happens. Prismatic phenomena again. This was bad enough last time. And then Ursula gains Somniphobia, willpower test 5. Oh, she has a willpower of 3. Oops, my dexterity's gone. I've got to draw a card for that, so let's draw a card. Excellent. Inquiring Mind. Just what I needed. There is a clue present here, I think. Yes. So, Inquiring Mind. So 3, 6. This is a treachery willpower 7. Seven versus 5. 7 versus 5. I think we'll go with that. I only have 2 cards left and I know one of them is my thing. So 7 versus 5. Cultist. I think I have just failed that. Minus X, yes, that's a minus 6. So I've failed by 1. Take 1 horror. Okay. I can probably take that. Phew. Okay. Next up. It's when you draw play. Okay, so I'm going to spend 1 resource from here to stab the Gug. That gives me +2, so that's 3. So that's 4, 5, 6. I'm going to play Act of Desperation, which is an even numbered title, to add to add 3 to it. And the Chaos Bags, which adds 3 and +1 damage. The Chaos Bag says Skull. Skull is minus X, which is the number of cards in your hand. So that's fine. So I do +1 damage. So that is 1, 2. So +1 damage for that. +1 damage for this. Oh no, I can't play that as part of that. I can just play it for the 2 tokens. Okay, so that's 2 damage. No, 3 damage. 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. So that's the first action. For my second action, I'm going to move back to here. And so third action, I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For my third action, I am going to get rid of Meat Cleaver to get rid of this last your Izzy cloth or whatever it is. Okay, so first action for Ursula, she's going to play I've Got a Plan. So that puts her on 4, 5. And I'm going to play Yorick to give her 6 versus the Gug's 5. Six versus 5 isn't actually that good. Ooh, okay. 6 versus 5 it is. Hesbag says, my +1, yes! Yes, yes, yes. So the Gug is killed and is a victory token. So goes up here. So that's Ursula's first action, so that leaves her with 2. And for the next, I'll gain 1 resource. I'm not going to draw a card. For my next action, I'm going to investigate, and the investigation of this area is 1. So let's put the token back. So I'm 4, 5. 6 versus 1, 5 versus 1. Blue star. +1. You may move to a connecting location. Right, so I'm going to take the clue. Excellent news. I may move to an adjacent location, which I certainly will do. And then, having cleared all the areas, woo, I'm going to spend the clues to advance. As you near the edge of the wood, more of the rodent-like creatures emerge, swarming out of burrows and honeycomb trees. Soon the whole forest is alive with them. They surround you and chitter in a language you somehow understand. Intruders! They are with the cats. New dreamers. No, they follow the black cat. But the cat is not here. We are many, they are few. Several of them emit low growls and they begin to close in. Just then you hear a human voice call out, "What is the meaning of all this?" The owner of the voice is a blond young man with an unfazed expression. He is flanked by a pack of angry cats, each of whom it falls into step beside him, save for one scarred old cat who takes the lead. You realise that the man speaks not to you, but to the creatures all around you, who slink backwards as they are scolded. Then, to your ever-growing surprise, the scarred cat speaks. Your tribute is late. The investigators must decide. Choose one. Step back and watch this surreal scene play out, or entrap the scarred cat and handle yourself. I'll step back and watch the scene play out. So that gives me resolution 1. Resolution 1. The creatures chitter amongst themselves, and after a moment, a dozen of them retreat in the direction of the great tree beyond the beaten path. They return shortly afterwards, containing a variety of grouse, quail, and pheasants in their mouths. You're almost certain now that you are going crazy, and yet the spectacle continues. The creatures timidly drop their tribute of birds in front of the cats and quietly depart. My apologies on behalf of the Zoogs, the man says as he approaches. They are curious creatures and not usually so agitated. It is good that we showed up when we did. The leader of the cats jumps on the tree stumps and adds, Yes, them vile Zoogs have done their part. Now let's do ours and leave this forsaken place. What say ye? You cannot contain your excitement. Zoogs, talking cats, everything you have read about is real. Begin to ask the man more about this world, but he cuts you off. I will explain in due time. For now, we must follow the path to the town of Ulfar. It is a safe place, relatively speaking. There you may recover from your travels. He turns to the old scarred cat and utters a word in an odd language, a password of sorts you suspect, and the cat replies with a quick nod. The rest of the cats, tribute in mouth, take a protective circular formation around you, and together you escape from the eaves of the Enchanted Forest. In your campaign log, record that the cats collected their tribute from the Zoogs. Any one investigator may choose to add random Carter Expert Dreamer to their deck. They gain experience equal to the value X of each card in the victory display. Well, let's have a look at the victory display then. We gain a pretty darn good haul. So we have no points for him, no points for him. Two points for the video suit. Hang on. Not sure about that one. No. One for Bury Them Deep. One for the Crawling Mist. So that's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 victory points. That's a good haul, 14 victory points. Okay, well I'm going to leave it there and we'll catch you next time. I hope you enjoyed that.